the channel. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're doing some healthy eating. The other day I did cheat meal, but I gotta get back on my grind and gotta stay focused. So I got some spring water in here and some coconut water that's to help me stay hydrated with a little bit of pink salt. I mean, not pink salt, with a little sea salt to help me keep me full. So I'm gonna show y'all what we eating right here. I made a simple, easy meal. We got some salmon. We got some black beans and onions with some sea salt. We got proteins, carbs, and proteins. Made a simple, easy, and effective diet. I really ain't feel like cooking like that, so I cooked something quick. The salmon is one of my favorite things to eat. One of them, especially if you season it up right. You gotta learn how to season your food up right. I'm gonna eat this real quick. We'll talk health and fitness. Today's workout, I ended up doing deadlifts. I did dead. Actually, I started off with pull ups first. I did 50 pull ups. Then I did deadlifts. And then after the deadlifts, I went pretty heavy on the deadlifts. Then after the deadlifts, I ended up doing what I did after the deadlifts, 50 more pull ups, and I did some weighted pull ups. And then I rode my bike. I rode my bike 14 miles, and I actually did some more pull ups at the out on the beach. I did more pull ups, and that's it for the day. Now I'm just gonna rest and chill and recover. I ain't doing nothing else. And eat this food and lay my black ass down. But if y'all new to the channel, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. And to anybody who's starting their journey, y'all need to start. Start waiting for somebody to hold your hand and work out with you along your journey. Everybody want the easy route. Sometimes you gotta motivate yourself. Sometimes you definitely gotta motivate yourself. Cause at the end of the day, everybody ain't built for this. Most people gonna quit along the journey. It start getting tough. Oh, it's getting hard, man. They be ready to quit. But you gotta learn how to enjoy the process. What's up to everybody in chat? I got a quick meal. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm eating again. I done ate half of it, but this how I get my gains. I really didn't feel like cooking today. My day going good. I woke up today, so I'm doing good. I got some salmon. I got some black beans and some onions, and I put some sea salt in here. And that's it. I really didn't feel like spending all that time cooking, so I made something simple today. And like I said, I already worked out. I was in the sun for probably like 4 hours. I'm burnt out, but I'm just chilling. He still work out. He still work out. He just got a family, so he don't have time to be online like I do. He got kids, so he still with it. Oh, he still work out. He work out every day. He just don't post. I talked to him like last week. He's still doing good. What's the question, man? Yeah, Golden Lotus Z. He's still doing good. He's still around. That man is still working out. He work out every day. I think he got like 4 kids. He just don't have time to get online. He don't have time to get online like that. His kids is his priority. I don't have no kids, so I'm able to get online whenever I want. What's the question you was gonna ask? Oh, let me show y'all some. This things that I like to eat will help me stay lean and physically fit. And I ain't learned this stuff. I learned all this stuff through trial and error. I learned how to diet through trial and error. I appreciate that, man. I let him know, man. I definitely let him know when I talk to him. He he been working and taking care of his family, so like I say, he don't get on he don't post videos that much, but he's still putting in work. He ain't gonna that dude gonna work out. My favorite color is green. I say my favorite color is green. Alive is the official LB certified safe host. I don't know what the heck this is. What is a L? I don't know what the heck that is. YouTube notification system. I ain't never seen that before. And in here, y'all gotta stay hydrated. I highly recommend that y'all stay hydrated. That's very important, especially being out in the sun. So I got coconut water and I got some regular water in here with some sea salt to help me stay hydrated, s- especially when I'm training outside. That's one of the things that you want to do. So I'm gonna show y'all the coconut water that I got. This is the coconut water that I got, which is totally different from coming from the trees, but it is what it is. I'd rather take this over some high fructose corn syrup any day. But this what I got right here with some coconut water. Uh I usually pour a whole one in inside this Yeti. And then what I'll do, take water and pour water in there too, and I throw some sea salt in there because you lose your electrolyte. You lose a lot of electrolytes when you start sweating and stuff and you're working out. So I always put some sea salt in my drinks. Not always, but for the most part. What's up, B Wops? But I'm just giving y'all a little bit of information as I eat this food to help y'all along y'all journey. Cause when I first started, I ain't know how to diet. I ain't know what to eat. I just started working out. And I really didn't notice no changes to my body until I started a diet. What's the best way to increase your bench press? Is it really a lot of protein, a lot of high repetition? How bad you want it? To increase your bench press, do a lot of push-ups. A lot of push-ups. I usually do about 500 to 1,000 push-ups. You ain't necessarily gotta do that, or do weighted push-ups. Weighted push-ups increase your bench press too, and also too you could do close grip bench press to actually build your triceps up. And I recommend if you stuck and you plateau at your bench press, I highly recommend that you do floor press. A lot of people don't do floor press. Floor press will help you to get past that sticking point. This is a sticking point. A lot of people get stuck. They might press it, but they get stuck here. That's called the sticking point. So floor press is laying on the floor and pressing with the bar. That's gonna help you with your lockout. I highly recommend floor press too. So, but dumbbells, incline bench press, dumbbells, weighted dips, all that stuff gonna help increase your bench. Weighted dips, tricep pull downs, but you just gotta continue to put the work in. It ain't gonna happen overnight. And then too, what else you can do? I don't know what's your max on your bench press, but I recommend doing I recommend doing like small bench press for max reps. Like I don't know how much you bench press, but I would take small jumps. So I would do like 135, 145, 155, 165 till failure and keep going up. Yeah, man, we crazy, man. Me and actually Golden Lotus D, we been friends since kids. He used to live down the street from me. He lived down the street from me and he taught me how to work out. I was a kid. He used to make me go up against one of his bigger cousins. And his cousin was a lot bigger than me. And he would make us run into each other and his cousin would run me over, but I get up every time. And he used to say, he a couple years older than me. He'll say, "Man, look at this kid, man. This kid keep getting back up." My max is 405 on what? Bench press? That's good. If you bench press 405, that's good. 315 is heavy. For some people it is, but the average person 315 is elite. If you bench pressing 405, that's good. How much you weigh? How much you weigh? What happening? Hey, tomorrow I'm gonna work out. I did deadlifts today and I did some weighted pull-ups. The reason I ain't do legs because I didn't want to do a lot of legs and then my legs lock up riding my bike. And like I said earlier, I actually rode my bike 14 miles today. And sometimes if I work out my legs super hard and then I take that bike ride to the beach, especially going up those bridges, my legs end up locking up later. So that's why I always go to the store and get me a couple of coconut waters because it got a lot of potassium in it and it keep my body hydrated from locking up, and locking up ain't no good feeling. You weigh 215. I don't care. 405 is good. 405 is heavy, man. I probably could lift 405 off the bar, but benching it, I don't think I don't think my body is strong enough. I ain't gonna say that it ain't strong enough. My bones, you gotta have strong bones to be picking up that type of weight and stuff. What's happening, little man? Hold on, let me go ahead and show y'all how I used to look when I first started my journey. Hold on. This is the stuff that people be wanting to see. So I'm gonna show y'all some of the how I used to look when I first started my journey. A lot of y'all don't know this. A lot of people just see me lifting heavy weight, but they don't see what I had to go through to get to where I'm at. But I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Everybody see me lifting all the heavy weight, but most people don't know what I went through to get here. And it's not to boast or brag. I'm just happy that I overcame those situations and I'm still overcoming life. But I'm finna show y'all a couple of pictures of me when I first started working out. But before I start working out, look, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all gonna be like, no way, that's you. Hold on. A lot of people don't believe me when I show them, and I remember each time in my life at what point I was at. Every time I went through something, I could tell you every situation that I went through to get to where I'm at. But hold on, let me see. Give me 1 second. Show y'all these photos. I got videos and all too. Some good times, man. Gotta That's why I always tell y'all, man, you gotta enjoy the good times. You gotta enjoy the bad times. You gotta enjoy the happy times. You gotta enjoy it all, man. It's a part of the process. What don't kills you only make you stronger. What don't kill you make you stronger. Either life gonna make you or it's gonna break you. It's your choice. Come on, man. I'm trying to pull these pictures up for y'all. He said 405s is the max, been stuck in it for years. That's still good, bro. That's still good. One thing how I became so super strong because I was training with powerlifters. And these powerlifters was 2 times my size. Matter of fact, I'll show y'all some of the powerlifters I used to train with. They some of the top athletes in the world. Some of the top athletes in the world. These guys are like 300 pounds. But A lot of them moved, and life happens, so I don't really communicating with them that much. But it was great to train and learn from them. I don't know why I can't pull these photos up. I'm trying to pull these photos up for y'all. How much you squat? How much you squat? Do you squat and do you do deadlifts? All right, so I'm gonna show y'all some pictures, man. I got in real quick. These are some good times. This was like right here. This was like when I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me blow it up a little bit. This was like when I kind of first started my journey right here. As y'all notice my body, I still kind of had a little gut right there, but my upper chest was forming and my arms were straight. But I didn't start getting abs till I learned how to diet. This guy, sometimes I wonder what happened to him. Me and him, we used to ride our bike to this park every day and work out. And like I say, life keep happening. Let me see when this was. This was like this had to be like 2012. This had to be like 2012 right here. But that was like when I first did my powerlift. Not my first powerlift. That was like when I first started out. And this like some of my powerlifting right here. As y'all can see, I'm just showing y'all the journey. I did powerlifting. I did all that. This was my second powerlifting meet, I think. No, actually, this was my first powerlifting meet, but I blew it out the water. I was 165 right here. My first powerlifting lead. This dude right here, he like one of the most that guy died, but he one of the most elite powerlifters. His name Tony Conyers. This dude like 145 pounds, squatting like 600, deadlifting like 600, and his bench press like 405. How long did it take you and Golden Lotus D to build your backyard gym? It's really nice. It took a long time, man. People had found out what we was doing and they started giving me weights, but before that I started in my backyard. My dad had some weights in the backyard and I asked him what he was doing with them and he was like, nothing, you could use them. So I started working out before Golden Lotus D and I inspired him. And then he started working out, and we end up linking up together. And I told him, I'm like, bro, let's just build our own gym. And he was like, let's do it. He had workout equipment, and I had workout equipment, and we just put our equipment together. We poured concrete, and a whole bunch of people started giving us. This was my hard ass days. You couldn't tell me nothing right here. Look at this. That's me. That was my clubbing days. You couldn't tell me nothing right there. That's me right there. That's like probably 16 years ago. I was like probably 23 years old. You couldn't tell me nothing right there, boy. You couldn't tell me nothing. Look, this was me too. I tell y'all, like, y'all don't personally know me. Y'all just see me working out. That was me. I was 145 pounds right there. 145 pounds. I'm 175 now. That I turned my whole life around. I turned my whole life around, man. It was all for the better too. All these some great memories though. Nobody can't take that from me. Like these memories I'll be able to tell for the rest of my life. But yeah, me and Golden Lotus D, we built our gym a couple years ago. It took a long, it's a lot of equipment we got too. But we started training the kids and stuff, college athletes, all types of people, man. And we still continue to work out. A lot of people give up because it started getting tough. But I'm gonna show y'all some other pictures. I'm just showing y'all pictures of like when I first started. This was like people be like, "Oh, I don't notice the changes," because look, I was leaned in. This one I was pretty lean. Look, I was lean. I was working out. This one I started dieting right there though. That's when I started dieting. That was probably like let's say 2014. Like that's what I'm telling you. I've been working out for like 12, 13 years consistently. Never gave up. The key is not to give up. Most people give up. He said that's AI. What I'm gonna show you AI for? Ain't nothing that I'm showing you AI. This was 2014 too. 2014. That's when I learned how to diet when I started seeing my abs. I ain't know nothing about dieting. I just would work out. But then once I started, hold on, this the dude who taught me about. Remember, I was telling y'all the vegan dude who started teaching me about dieting. This dude right here, he vegan. He don't eat no meat, and he started teaching me about diet. I'm like, man, how you know all this stuff? He said, cause I'm vegan. I don't eat meat, and I was like, I ain't know this stuff. This dude right here, he taught me a lot about dieting, man. Taught me a lot about dieting, and it helped me along my journey. So now I'm able to help other people. Cause at first I was eating bull crap. I was eating the dating site I'm using on my phone is looking for you. I don't know. I don't know what you talking about. But yeah, man, I've been training for a long time, man. That's why a lot of people, I don't know why they get jealous. Like, I'm the type of person, if I see somebody doing something that I'm not able to do, I'm gonna go ask questions and ask them, hey man, how you do that? You know what I mean? I don't never get jealous of other people. This was my first time deadlifting. It's crazy. This was my first time deadlifting. My first time deadlifting 495 pounds. I was 165 pounds. That was like my second time deadlifting 100 and uh, 495. That was like my telling y'all, bro. I got some footage, man. I'm gonna show y'all my powerlifting days too. All the crazy stuff I used to do. I still do crazy stuff, but not like I used to train. I still train hard though. I was deadlifting full. I was deadlifting 545 with no belt. This was 545 with no belt. That's the type of stuff I was doing. Look, 545 with no belt. Hey, people was like, "What the hell you on? 545 pounds with no belt." That's crazy, right? That's how determined I was, man. He said, "What's your typical diet?" I want more defined core stomach. You gotta cut out a lot of processed food and stop eating so much. A lot of times we don't be hungry. A lot of times we overeat, and that's why people get huge stomachs. You could drink water and get full. Look, I'm showing y'all all, boy, this all the good days, man. I don't want to show y'all all the pictures because this was me too. Look, that don't even look like me, but that's me. That's crazy. Good old memories. Now y'all get to see what I had, how I used to be, what I used to look like. But yeah, I would recommend try fasting, man. A lot of times people eat. You don't even be hungry. I don't really eat till I get super hungry. This was some of my powerlifting days. I was squatting right here. I think this was like a 455 squat. That was like 455 squat, I believe. 455 squat. I ain't pass it though, cause that was my first powerlifting meet. I ain't know how powerlifting worked, but I learned through trial and error. Let's see what else I got. This was, man, I deadlifted 570, no belt. 570 deadlift, no belt. 165 pounds. I was doing some crazy stuff, man. I was doing some real crazy stuff. I was 165 pounds deadlifting 570. Who do that? This was the guy I told y'all who was a powerlifter that I first started training with. Look, that's like 500 pounds. That dude, he was a powerlifter, and we both met each other in the gym. And I'm like, hey man, let's train, cause he was super strong too. Yeah, he was. I'm telling y'all, I done did some crazy. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that dude was the first, one of the first guys I started training with. This was my first powerlifting meet right here. This guy right here, he was already training in powerlifting. This was my first powerlifting meet. I didn't know anything about powerlifting. And this guy right here, he was training with gear on. He was training with knee wraps, a belt, arm wraps, all that stuff. I was just straight Iron Man. I didn't know. I didn't know you could use belts and stuff. And I went in 165 and I was competing with this dude, and he like how this dude lifting all this weight with no gear? I was deadlifting. My deadlifts in my first powerlifting meet was 405 with no belt. My no, sorry, my squat was 405. My deadlift was 550 and my bench press was like 335. And I could even show y'all because they got me in the powerlifting. They got me in the elite powerlifting thing. So my name, I got records in there that I broke at my weight class. Like I say, that was my first powerlifting meet. Look at this. Telling y'all, bro, I really overcame. Look at this. Y'all think I just got here, man. That's me. That's me. I really overcame obstacles in life. That was 16 years ago, man. Strong for sure. I appreciate smaller dudes in powerlifting more than the giants like that. Yeah, for sure, bro. The little guys are fun to watch because it's crazy to see little guys like that lifting all this weight. And this when I first cut my hair. This when I first made the change in my life. When I decided to make change, I cut my hair off. I was like, you know what? I need to change in my life. I never forget. I sat in that chair. I told the dude to cut my hair. He like, you sure you want to cut off? I said, yeah, I'm gonna cut it off. And it started from there. When it started, when I cut my hair off, I just wanted better in life, you know? It be like that sometimes. Change is good, man. Change is good. Let me show y'all the stuff I was doing. I was doing weighted dips with 4 plates. Look, weighted dip. I mean, I was doing everything, man. I ain't even care. I just wanted to become better. But them was the good days. Look, I'm gonna show y'all 550 deadlift, my first powerlifting meet. This was my first powerlifting meet. That was my first powerlifting meet. No belt. Them people was like, what the hell this dude on? Them people was like, who is this dude? That was a 550 deadlift. This was my squat. I did this was like 450. I tried to squat 455. I did it like a 315, 335 bench press. But like I said, I did it with no belt. I did all that with no belt, man. I like I say, I ain't know nothing about powerlifting. I just went in there and did it. A guy paid for me to go. And like I say, this was the guy. He's still powerlifting, man. This dude is super strong. And this is one of the guys that I started with. Hold on. Not that video. I'm gonna show y'all some of my powerlifting days, like them heavy lifts. This is the dude I was telling y'all about who was he like one of the top powerlifters in the world right now. Me and him started off training the same dude. That's when I got into powerlifting. But that's how I became strong because I was training with guys who were stronger than me. And we was using bands and chains and stuff. He's squatting 6, 7 plates and stuff. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I look more mature with my haircut. I don't miss my hair not one day. But I gave my hair away to somebody who had cancer. But hold on, I'm gonna show y'all a couple more videos. That's crazy. I got a lot of videos. See, me and him stayed training together. That same dude. This was like our second powerlifting meet right here. He one of the top powerlifters in the world right now. Dude, super strong. He's super strong. He deadlifting almost 1,000 pounds, or squatting almost 1,000. One of the two. He got some powerlifting days right here. Some of my powerlifting videos. Let me show you. There's some of my powerlifting videos. I'm gonna have to turn the music down because they'll try to mute it. But this was some of my powerlifting days right here. Squatting with the chain, man. That's how you get super strong. Those guys was elite powerlifters. My numbers went through the roof when I was training with them doing this. I was squatting 500 plus right there. Like 500 pounds I was squatting. What's up, Dread? These are good days, man. Good days. When you train with people who's stronger than you, you ain't got no choice but to become stronger. But I'm telling you, when you training by yourself, you could become strong, but you'll become way stronger because you got support, you know? Them was the good days, man. Good old powerlifting days. I miss those. I might get into it again, but I don't know. And Rat Hill was my second powerlifting meet. I got the best lifter right here. That's my buddy who I told you was the elite powerlifter. He owned his own gym right there. And this kid, I don't know what happened to him, but I had won the pound for pound, my second powerlifting meet right there. That was my second powerlifting meet. I won pound for pound out of all the lifters. I'm showing some good information with y'all, and this was my actually powerlifting team right here. I'm showing y'all some good I'm sharing some good pictures with y'all, man. Y'all can see the story. That was my powerlifting team that I used to train with right there. That was it's 2000. That was it say like 2016, so it had to be 2016, 2015. This one I was deadlifting 585 right here. I was deadlifting 600. This was a 585 deadlift right here off the blocks. It's way harder to deadlift like this. Everybody be like, "Oh, you pulling off the blocks." It's way harder because it ain't no momentum. That was 585 right there. I miss those days. I haven't deadlifted 585 in God knows how long. I can't tell you last time I deadlifted 585. It's super heavy. He goes some of my second powerlifting meet right here. My second powerlifting meet. This when I started learning how to lift right here. I did like 485 squat. I believe I did like a 485 squat, almost 500. Think I did like a 350 bench press, 345 or something like that. And I did like a probably like I think 575 deadlift, I think. I think I was 175 right there. Now I don't go I still train, but I stopped training at the gym because it'd be a lot of distractions in the gym. I just train in my backyard now. I don't really like going to the gym that much because people see me work out. I don't mind answering questions, but when I work out, I want to work out. When people see me working out, man, they want to ask me all these questions and it'll take me off from my powerlifting. I mean, it'll take me off from my working out and then I start talking. So I don't really like to go to the gym. Right here, I think was a 600-pound pull. Damn, it's some good days, man. I think this was 600 pounds right here with the chains and stuff. I think this was 600 pounds. Yeah, I was doing some crazy stuff. I was doing, and I wasn't taking no creatine. I wasn't taking none of that stuff. I just was strong. I always been strong. I always been naturally strong, man. Always. But I get to share these with y'all, man. It's some great memories like this. I remember doing this. This was like 600 pounds off the rack pulls. It was slow as hell. This thing took all day to pull. I was doing some crazy stuff, man. Those was good days, but now, I'm gonna show y'all a couple more videos, man. It's good to show people this. This was before I did my powerlifting meet right here, my first powerlifting meet. I was like I said, bro, I was deadlifting 495 with no coach. And it wasn't until I met my coach, I was deadlifting 495 for fun with no coach. Nobody taught me how to lift. Look how many times I'm pulling 405. I think I did it 4 times. This is stuff that y'all don't get to see, man. This just hard work and dedication. That's why I don't really care when people criticize me because I know what I went through to get through what who I am today. This was when I won that powerlifting meet, my second powerlifting meet. He said I had to switch up times at my gym for the exact reason. Yeah, man. People go to the gym to socialize. I don't be with all that talking stuff, man. They want to sit there and gossip and talk about people. I ain't got time for that, bro. I'm 38 years old. He got another picture of me. Look, that's me right there. You couldn't tell me nothing in those days, man. But yeah, that's why I don't go to the gym no more, man. People, all they want to do is talk and socialize. They want to sit on a bench, hog up the bench press, sit down and talk to their friends, text their little girlfriend. I ain't got time for that. Like, what you doing? What we doing? They want to post for Instagram and social media. I don't know who the heck got time for that. But anyways, that was some of my powerlifting days, as y'all can see, some of my training. Some of my good old days, man. This is what I was telling you. Dude asked me how he becomes stronger. So I highly recommend that you start doing floor press. This right here, this is called floor press. And you want to utilize this because see, that's a sticking point. As I press, that's called a sticking point. And a lot of times when people bench press, they get stuck, especially if the weight heavy, they get stuck right there. So I highly recommend that you start doing floor press. That's gonna help you to increase your bench. That's like I say, that's called a sticking point right there. That's what I was trying to explain to the dude earlier. Cause floor press will help you increase your strength. And also too, you gotta definitely hit your core. Definitely you definitely got to hit your core. Your core is just as important. A lot of people neglect their core. The core is just as important. When you squatting, you using core. When you benching, you using core. So you gotta learn how to use your body, but you gotta learn how to use your core also. Especially when you squatting heavy weight. Let me see what else I could get. And then I'm gonna probably get up off of him. I'm gonna show y'all something else. Let's see. I never forget this. Look, that's crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all this one. If it load, my phone died. I was trying to show y'all this video, but my phone died. But hey, what's up, Swagger Daddy? Keep up the good work, man. You just gotta keep going, man. It ain't gonna happen overnight. You just gotta keep going. You just gotta keep showing up, and everything takes time. Like I say, man. Everything I tell people, yeah, for sure. I don't care. I don't mind sharing that stuff, man. It's just the good old days. Y'all get to see it live and in action. Like it's easy to point the finger instead of sitting back and saying, "Dang, well, what the hell did the person go through to get to where they at?" It didn't happen overnight. But like I always tell y'all, as long as you continue to show up, man, it's about progress. It's not gonna happen overnight. Most people want instant gratification. We want it to happen fast, and it don't work like that. It's just like kind of the way I look at it now, it's just like a tree, right? A tree take years to reach its full potential. It could take decades for a tree to reach their full potential, but when it reaches full potential, it reaches full potential. Same with human beings. You can reach your full potential, but it just take time. It take time. You gotta enjoy the process. When you plant a seed, what happened? When you plant a seed, you don't see it at first. You don't see nothing. You just see grass. But eventually, over time, you'll start seeing a little tree pop out the ground. And then guess what? It grows and grows. Same thing with us, man. I appreciate that, Swagger. I put in work, man. That's all I do. Put in work, encourage people, and tell them, hey, look, man, I did it. You could do it too. You could do it too. I done heard every possibly word that you could think of. People told me, "Oh, I can't do it." Well, why you working out? That's stupid. Uh, why you trying to eat healthy? Black people don't eat healthy. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I done heard every possible. You work out. All you do is work out. Blah blah blah. All you want to do is do this, and I choose not to listen to those people. I just let them talk because not to throw stones or criticize them, but I done mentally evolved way past that stuff, and now it's to a point where when people say things, I'm like, okay, say what you want to say. I'm gonna continue to work out. It don't even matter. I'm gonna continue to do what I do. I know who I am, and I know where I'm going. And that's hard for a lot of things. A lot of people, a lot of people don't know where they're going or what they're doing. They don't have no sense of direction. And I used to be there, and I ain't throwing no stones at nobody because At one point in time in my life, I ain't know what the hell I was doing. Or I was just lost in life, looking like a little sad puppy. But I figured it out. It take time, like I say. It just take time, man. You gotta enjoy the process. But I'm gonna show y'all a couple more videos. Let me see what else. Oh, actually, before I show y'all some videos, I'm gonna show y'all my powerlifting stuff. So I can show y'all my well, I'm gonna show y'all like my lifts. I haven't looked at it in a while, so I'm gonna see what my lifts used to be like, my numbers, so y'all can see. And I'll tell you exactly what years I was lifting, powerlifting. So y'all could get, let me see. Here you go right here. All right, my squat, my total was, hold on, let me see. Here it is right here. Powerlifting. I did 3 powerlifting meets. So I did 3 powerlifting meets right here. I don't know if y'all can see. This tell me all that tell me all the powerlifting meets and all the things that I did. So I did 3 powerlifting meets. Uh my squat, my personal best, my squat was 455, my bench press was 340, and my deadlift was 560. I had a total of 1355. And then for my first powerlifting meet, I think this was my first. That was in My first powerlifting meet was in 2015. That was my first powerlifting meet, 2015. Let me see my numbers. Let's see where I'm at. 2015 was my first powerlifting meet. Let's see, where am I? I can't find my name right now. I'm trying to find my name so y'all can see my numbers. Oh, here I go right here. Oh, here I go right here. So I did a 1285 total. This was my first powerlifting meet. My total was 1285. I did I was damn, I was 20? No way. Hold on. I couldn't have been no 20. How old was I? Oh, it didn't say my age. I was 165 pounds. My squat was 405. I did a 405 squat. My bench press, this was my first powerlifting meet. My bench press was 330 and my deadlift was 550. That was my first powerlifting meet. I did that Ironman. Let me show y'all so y'all can see. These my numbers right here. Y'all can see that. 405 right there. 405, 330. That was my bench press. My deadlift was 550. That was an Ironman. That was my first powerlifting meet. And then when I started training with my coach, my second year was 2016. I did two in 2016. Let's see where I'm at. All right, so I did 1355 total. My second year. Uh no, is that no, that one my second one. I think this is my second one. That's still my first one. I don't know which one my second one, but I was just showing y'all a little bit of my powerlifting and stuff that I was doing before. Let me show y'all my buddy who I was telling y'all called Shane. But anyways, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I was on here for a little bit, just coming in, chopping it up. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a workout. I'm gonna do some squats. I'm gonna do squats. What else I'm gonna do? I'll probably do squats and chest. I'll probably do legs and chest. We'll see. If anything, I ain't gonna lift no weights. I'll just do a whole bunch of push-ups, but more than likely I'm gonna just do squats. I don't know if I'm gonna do weighted or unweighted. I'm probably gonna do weighted, but not too heavy because I'm gonna ride my bike to the beach and I don't want my legs to lock up on me. So if y'all new to the channel, make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. I gotta go. Peace out, y'all.